What's going on, everybody? Sorry about what happened. I thought maybe using Google Chrome as my browser would make it better, but ultimately it just made it worse. Google Chrome is not a app to use, I guess, if you want to stream or whatever. But yeah, I mean, you look at this series against the Tigers. Of course, I'll be talking about the Tigers series recap a little bit, like I always do. Then I'm going to talk about the first half of the season, and then I'm going to preview a little bit of the second half, mainly that first series. The first maybe couple series into the second half, maybe what I expect. But heading into this series against Detroit, we had split a series with Chicago. I thought we could have taken 3 or 4. It's essentially like the Guardians wanted to split. You look at the pitching matchups from that White Sox series. They expected a split. Because you had your 2 best pitchers pitching in the first 2 games, and you looked great. Then you put a bum like freaking Pilkington in the second game, which we expected that. Of course, really. He gets owned by Cease. And then we had Giolito. They had Giolito on the mound against us. I think we had Savale. Savale gets hurt in the first inning. It's a bullpen game. We somehow hang on to only have it down 1 run. Had a chance to tie the game. Couldn't do it. Offense is sleeping again. And heading into this series, I was like, okay, I'll take a split. I will. I'll take a split, but I want to win this damn series. And it's like the guys knew that because they went out in this series and they absolutely killed it. Now, who got the start for that first game? It was none other than Dr. Sticks himself. And Sticks, the last couple outings, has been phenomenal. Absolutely, masterful. In this game, no different. 8 innings, 5 hits, 12 strikeouts. This dude was abusing Tigers hitters all game long. He had Riley Green, who is the #1 prospect in the majors, swinging at a curve. A curveball? He had him on strings. 4 strikeouts to the same pitch. This dude had Riley Green swinging at gas. Speaking of gas, Tristan McKenzie was pumping that gas in that game. He was hitting right around 90s. It's damn, he was really feeling good in that game. I think he got as high as 96 miles per hour. Okay, buddy. Okay. That was pleasant. 96 from McKenzie. As high as 96. Imagine if he had more mass, bro. If he wasn't a walking stick. I don't know why he's so lanky, bro. I mean, come on, dude. Maybe it's just the way his body is, but damn. He must have a freaking incinerator for a digestive system, bro. Damn. I feel that, though. You should have seen me when I was younger. I was probably looking like him. People would actually be like, do you eat? It's yeah. But I eat it, it goes, it vanishes. Turns to dust. I could imagine that, there are people that have that. I believe it's called a hyperactive or hypoactive thyroid. It's something like that. Doctor terms. You could eat a buffet and you would not gain a pound. And then you got the slow version of that where you eat a little bit and it just doesn't go away. It just doesn't digest like that. Thyroid's in your throat, if you hear about someone having thyroid cancer, it's in your throat. So right around here. But enough doctor talk. Dr. Sticks was speaking of doctor. But yeah, he was killing it out there, man. And you look at his last 3 starts. Now, yeah, he faced the almighty Royals, and he faced the Tigers. Ooh, But the Yankees, though, the almighty number one team in the league, New York Yankees, an offense that could drop 10 plus runs on you in the flick of a wrist. What did Sticks do? Now, again, Yankees fans could argue that lineup was like a punt lineup. They didn't really have their guys out there. So, it don't matter. They still had, they still pitched some of the good players. But Sticks went out there, shut them down. 7 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 7 Ks. This has been the best month, I think, of the season, without a doubt. Maybe of his career, too. He has a thing for pitching in July, man. Last year, I think in July, he took a perfect game against the Tigers into the 8th or 9th inning. He was like that close to getting it. And he, of course, lost it. Man, imagine if he would have had a perfect game. I don't know if anyone ever is going to get a perfect game. I mean, Clayton Kershaw's had 2 of them freaking get ruined by the same team, pretty much, I think. No, not the same team. Felt like it's been the same team, though. God. But yeah, McKenzie went out there and dominated. And as for the Tigers, they had Elvin Rodriguez, who is not very good. I remember seeing a John Boy video on him tipping pitches. He went 5 2/3, 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 4 walks, 4 Ks, and a home run given up. He's not good. I think Tigers fans know that. You're preaching to the choir, dude. Tell us something we don't know. But they couldn't do anything against us. I mean, we literally had McKenzie out there, and then Clase went out there and did his stuff. Usual good stuff out of him. Good stuff out of the guys, though. Now, in terms of how did we score, Naylor got us on the board in the second with a ding-dong. And then Ramirez singled. Jimenez doubled in the bottom of the third, made it 3-0 after that inning. And then Andres Jimenez put the cherry on top with a dinger of his own. So essentially our 3 best players have all contributed in that game. And in terms of everything, McKenzie's now 7-6 on the year, 3.20 ERA. And Elvin Rodriguez is 0-3 with a 10.04 ERA. No save, despite the fact that Clase did pitch. No save. So we move on to game number 2. And in this one, I streamed this game. We had Zach Plesac on the mound, and I was kind of worried. I was like, okay, what are we going to get from Zach? We know the offense hasn't been giving him run support. He just needs to not suck. And I'll admit, he was actually not that bad. He did have a little bit of a rocky period there. Now that I think about it, he kind of did suck. But I've definitely seen worse out of him. He tried. It's just a couple bad plays. And it ruined it. I mean, they were beating him up at one point. Everything he was putting out there, they were putting in right field into the gap. And facing Drew Hutchison, a guy that owned us last time, we'll admit. Yeah, he kind of owned us last time we faced him. But Plesac didn't last long. Actually, no, this was probably his worst start recently. 3 2/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, 2 earned, 3 Ks, and a home run. Yeah, this was definitely not a good start for him. I don't know what I was thinking about. But I'll give credit to the bullpen, though. De Los Santos, Shaw, Morgan, and Stephan. They held it down. They allowed 2 hits the rest of the game after Plesac came out. Good stuff out of the pen. We needed that out of the pen. And the offense woke up, luckily, and we took care of business. We were up 3-0 early on. And I like when this team scores first. And I'm sure the pitchers do too. As Jose, Naylor, and Miller. Look at that. Owen Miller contributed. How about that? Ramirez, Naylor, and Miller all contributed in the first inning. Made it 3-0. And then Riley Green homered top of the third. 3-1. And then top of the fourth, they tied the game. Castro double and both Castros scored 3 runs pretty much combined. And then Riley Green doubled and a run, or 2 runs, made it 5-3. And then, like I said, Bullpen came in there and shut them down. Hedges singled, made it 5-4. And then Naylor and Jimenez once again doing a little tag team work. Naylor with a sac fly, and then Jimenez blops one into left field with a single, bottom 7. We're up 6-5, and that was just enough because bullpen, like I said, again, already for the third time now, bullpen locked him down. Trevor Stephan came in because we used Class A, 3 out of the last 4 games, essentially. And the Yankees just blew it open against the Red Sox. That's tough. But, this Guardians team has shown periodically that they can be very, very good when pitching is there. But hey, we got the win. I've already mentioned about how Plesac struggled. 3 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 2 earned. 3 walks, 3 Ks and a home run, 4.02 ERA, still not that bad. It could have been way worse. Hutchison, 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, 3 Ks for Drew Hutchison. And they actually went into their bullpen too. Chafin, he's probably going to get traded. Fulmer could get traded. Lang, I don't think he'll get traded, but yeah, Fulmer and Chafin are probably going to get dealt before the deadline. We'll see where they end up. Because Fulmer's actually had a resurgence in the bullpen. See, that's a guy that I wouldn't mind having. Because he could be a starter. He could legit be a guy that you could possibly start on a doubleheader instead of freaking loser Pilkington. But I don't think they would give him to us. Because the Tigers are not dumb. They see our pitching lab. They see what we do with pitchers like that. We would be the team that would take him, put him in the pitching lab, and he would turn into an ace again. Look how many times we've had pitchers suck. Or they struggle. Like Cookie, for instance. He struggled as a starter at first. Put him in the pen for a little bit. He works on his craft. He becomes a starter when we become a good team, and the dude's freaking insane. He was that close to a no-hitter. If only that bum Joey Butler freaking struck out, took one for the team and struck out, or whatever, Cookie would have had a no-no. And who knows what else would have happened with him. I miss Cookie too, but, whatever. But, yeah, I like what we did in this game. Offense woke up at the right time, got the lead, bullpen shut it down. Good stuff. Now, the win goes to Shaw. He's 4-1, 5.17 ERA. Imagine that. You're 4-1, but you have a 5.17 ERA. Like, what? Fulmer takes the loss. He's 2-4 with a 2.38 ERA. Stephan got his second save. He has a 2.80 ERA. He's still trying to recover from that bad stretch he had, I think, in, June or May, where he was bad. He kind of hit a little bit of a pump, but it looks like he's recovered, which is good stuff. And then we go to yesterday's game, which of course I didn't stream because I didn't really feel like it. I didn't trust Quantrill. And of course Quantrill goes out and does what he did. Granted, the offense woke up and chose violence. They woke up and chose violence big time. They actually scored. The amount of runs in those first 2 games, they equaled that in this game. Facing Pineda, what happened with Stream? Lagged out. Freaking the browser's trash. Crazy Dog, best Guardian sports analyst. What's up? I appreciate that. World Series? No. I'm not going to say that yet. Johnny, I'm going to be real with you. Alright? If we trade for Castillo, that would be amazing. Even Maile. I wouldn't mind Maile either. Send Castillo to the better team in Ohio. Get him the hell out of Cincinnati. Because I'm telling you, man, this pitching lab that we have would turn him into a stud. We would legit turn him into a stud. But, this last game here, this game was over by the second inning. This dude, Michael Pineda, bro, he owned us again in Detroit, which I don't know why we can't beat these bums in Detroit. But, Pineda was like an Italian chef throwing meatballs at us. and we were eating them all up. Pineda went 2 innings. He was lucky to go 2 innings. 9 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned, 1 strikeout the entire game, the entire time. 2 home runs given up to the same guy. Jose Ramirez sent him over the yard twice. Damn. But yeah, Quantrill. Good stuff out of Quantrill. You know, he struggled a little bit early on, but I think he locked in. It also helped that the offense gave him run support, and he was able to just cruise on through. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Good stuff out of Cal. You know, I've mentioned before that he's turned into a contact pitcher. He's turned into like a ground ball, fly ball pitcher, which is dangerous. It's a very dangerous profession being that kind of pitcher. But this dude managed to get 5 Ks. That's kind of funny, though. You know, he's a contact pitcher that got some Ks in there, you know? But if you can force a lot of ground outs and fly outs, you'll be all right. Like I said, it's a very dangerous business he's working with. But it worked out. Offense scored 10 runs. We took the Tigers out of it way early. Like I said, about the second inning, this game was over. I mean, let's just take a look and see what happened. Jose homered in the first, made it 3-0. At that point, you can say the game was over, too. Miles Straw, at the bottom of the second. Straw, Rosario with a couple doubles, added combined 3 runs there. A run from Straw, and then 2 from Ahmed. And then Jose brought in Ahmed with a dinger. His second dinger. 2 dingers in 2 innings. And then bottom of the fourth, Josh Naylor hit a dinger. And that was the solo shot. 9-0. And then the scoring was over after that as Nolan Jones got in on the party with an RBI single. And then the offense just kind of turned it down a little bit. And because they figured that Bieber was starting today, so they figured let's save some runs for Bieber. But yeah, Mother Nature said no, we're not going to do that. We can't have that. You guys have owned them. Like, we've scored literally like 10 runs combined in the first 2 games, and we scored 10 here. 20 runs in 3 games. After there was a period where we couldn't even amount the same amount of runs that we had in that one Twins game. We couldn't score that many runs combined for like a week. And now this offense just explodes. I love it. This offense is so up and down. And now, because of this rain delay off day thing, now they'll have an extended break. That gone? Yep. Timothy LaCastro, 2-run blast. They are pounding the Red Sox right now. That's tough. But yeah, the win goes to Cal Quantrill. He's 6-5, 3.75 ERA. Pineda, of course, took the loss. He's 2-5 with a 5.22 ERA. And the Guardians 10 runs on 13 hits. The Tigers 0 runs on 5 hits. So a good goose egg for Cal Quantrill. Love to see it out of him. We have a rookie who's a good hitter. Yes, we do have a rookie who's a good hitter. Who do we need? Is our batting good? If you watched my video yesterday, you know the situation. I posted a video after the game last night. Yeah, you know our situation. In terms of positions that I think we could address heading into the deadline, catcher, reliever, maybe starter, like Johnny said, Castillo. We have the ammunition to get him. I don't know his contract situation, though. I'd have to look that up. And maybe like a utility bat, like an outfielder, a platoon outfielder. Because I cannot stand watching Ernie Clement get at-bats. I'm sorry. He sucks, dude. You know, if we had a better catcher and a guy a better utility man, even a first baseman, I wouldn't hate a first baseman. You know? I wouldn't hate a better first baseman. But I think we're already set there. You know? You can tell Owen Miller to focus solely more on second base or whatever. Or tell him to kick rocks and go to AAA or something. If we trade Ahmed, you could put Owen at second, and then trade for like a first baseman like Josh Bell. But it's really hard to say what the Guardians are going to do because there's so many things they could do. We don't know what their motive is. I haven't heard a whole lot of rumors from like legit sources. Everything I talk about is like stuff I've seen in articles. I haven't really heard much of anything. I haven't seen the Guardians are interested in this guy. Look for the Guardians to look after this or that. I expect to hear at least some stuff, but we all know how Antonetti operates. He operates in silence. That's the way he is. You don't know what's going to happen until it happens. You rarely ever hear a rumor, like something come out about us doing something, unless like it's really close. Like I mean, for all I know, we could have a trade going down, and I would never know right now. We could be looking to cook up a trade for Sean Murphy. And that's funny too, because the whole Sean Murphy Wilson Contreras thing, like, it's like they're trying to like manifest it, like the Cavs and LeVert. I saw so many articles talking about us getting Karis LeVert. It's like they were manifesting it. If I'm gonna manifest us doing anything, it's getting a catcher. I would love Wilson Contreras, but he's a rental. I would take it though. I would take it as a rental. I wouldn't hate it at all. And then next year you maybe go with Bo Naylor and maybe Luke Maile or something. But man, oh man, what a series. But yeah, if the Guardians do make any moves, I'll definitely let you guys know about it. But let's talk about the first half of the season. Alright? So, Karis LeVert, Cedi Osman, and Colin picks for Donovan Mitchell. I don't know if we can do that. I haven't heard anything about Karis, actually, about an extension or whatever. But, first half of the season. Guardians are 46-44. They're right there for the division. Which is kind of crazy because I saw a certain video maker on here. I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want to start anything with him. But you know who you are if you're watching. But he was out here talking like we should sell. All because we were in a funk. Like funks happen. Even the best teams go through a little funk. You know? Our lineup turned our lineup became a bunch of statues. Our bats turned to stone, and our pitching turned to mush. Offense couldn't produce, and pitching couldn't hold it down. But yeah, that means we're gonna sell. It's funny. You know what's funny? We went on that like 2 or so week long funk where we just sucked. But yet we're still in the race for the division and the wild card. I think I mentioned this in my video too. Even if we were 10 or 15 games back of first place right now, I think we would still be somewhat buyers. Although it would be mainly us clearing space, so we'd probably just get rid of like prospects for like, guys with term. Like we did last year. We'd probably make some smaller trades, for like a pitcher or something with term left. So we could be ready for next year. Because right now, this team's not rebuilding. No, we extended our freaking best player. You don't do that if you're rebuilding. We essentially, we're just, because our best players right now are at, like in AA, going into AAA. Next year, this team could be very, very good. Karis LeVert, Sexton, Markkanen, and picks for Donovan. This is a trade I think Utah would be interested in. You think? I mean, I wouldn't completely hate it, but I don't know. Hard to really say at this point. But yeah, if the Guardians make any moves or if I hear any rumors from Ken Rosenthal or Heyman or any of them, I'll make a video on it. But, I mean, it's really tough to say what this team's going to do because I have no idea what they're going to do. I have heard nothing. Which is, like I said, what Antonetti usually does. But it's just crazy. We went out west. We killed it out west. We come home. We suck for like a week, 2 weeks almost there. What 1.5, 2 weeks. freaking look like trash. Fan base is out here saying sell the team, fire Tito, sell everybody, trade everybody. But it's like, dude, we're not even at the All-Star break yet. I mean, did you see what the Braves were doing last year around this time? They were like under 500. They were dead in the water, according to a lot of people. And look what happened. They freaking went out here and won the damn World Series. They made some moves. They got better, addressed some positions, and look how they did. We're still in the division. We're still in the wild card race. We're not even close to being dead yet. Why the hell would we sell off? And the thing is, that really got me. Look at our farm system. Like, our 40-man roster is overloaded right now. We have no room for anybody coming that we need to put on the 40-man. Because, in case you guys forgot, there's this thing called the Rule 5 draft. Right? There's this thing called the Rule 5 draft. And we have to try to save players from getting picked off, like what happened with Anthony Santander a while back. He was a Guardians farmhand or an Indians farmhand. We lost him in the Rule 5 draft. He's actually pretty good. That's another guy I think we could easily go back after. Imagine that. Bring him back to Cleveland. That'd be cool. But, like, we need to clear room. I think we're going to trade guys regardless. But we'll see what happens, It'll be interesting to see how things go over the next 2.5 or so weeks. But in regards to second half preview, not really going to talk a lot about it. We'll see what happens. I'll probably do like a stream after the All-Star break talking about what I expect in the second half, when I preview the White Sox series. Because right now, I believe they have, because we have a doubleheader in that series, of course. So we're going to see Pilkington again. Lovely. But, yeah, Quantrill, he'll be good. Although, I don't know, because Pilkington will probably take over for Savale. So we're going to have to see another pitcher. We might see another new face in the rotation until Savale comes back. Last time I went to a Cavs game, it was when they had Andre Drummond. Yes, sir. Home run derby season. He looks like he's ready for the derby. 2 dingers yesterday. But yeah, if you know who I'm talking about, dude posted a video after one of our losses. And I see him on Twitter all the time. He's always like, talking to people and everything. It's like, bro, just stop it. You're embarrassing yourself at this point. I'm a Reds fan, sadly, but I'll be pulling for J-Ram. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the Reds do. They got some good pieces. If the Reds play their cards right, they could be a really, really interesting team next year. I don't know if they're going to keep Castillo. I know some Reds fans probably think they can, but I don't know. You could really get a haul for him. And Mailey, too, possibly. And Drury. I could see those 3 guys getting traded. Drury, Pham. No, not Pham. I don't think he'll get traded. But yeah, Pham, no. Drury, yes. Castillo and Mailey. Yeah. Those 3. Unless maybe like you trade like a reliever or something. But it'll be fun to see how things go. I expect some moves to happen after the break as usual. We sold off Winker and didn't re-sign Castellanos. Fun fact, the Guardians actually wanted Winker. They were in on Winker. But what turned us off from him was the fact that the Reds wanted to give up Suarez too. And we didn't want to take that contract. I'm pretty sure Antonetti was probably like this on the phone. He's probably like, hey, yo, Castellini, what's up, buddy? How you doing? And then Castellini's like, what do you want, Chris? He's like, what's the price for Winker? He's like, you know the deal with Winker, bro. We can't give him up without giving up Suarez. So you want Suarez? He's like, no, sorry about that. Okay, never mind. Then he hangs up. Something like that. Winker's a one-hit wonder. Yeah, Twins down 4-0. Probably tied in the loss column. Heading into the break. Guardians have been nice surprise. Yep. I wish we would have played today. But yeah, we got the White Sox after the break, so we can definitely get a little ground between us and them again. It's just so funny, man. Like I get pissed at this team, but I get mad because I know they can be better. We really got people out here saying, "Oh yeah, they can sell." Yeah, let's sell off some pieces to add more prospects to an already crowded 40-man roster. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, great idea. Sometimes I wonder about this fan base, dude. I really do. I know I can be negative a lot, but this team just sometimes gives you no reason to be positive. But man, dude, watching this team against Detroit gave me flashbacks to like when we were amazing, when we were like a legit, when we were ruling the Central. When the Tigers literally could not beat us at all. No matter how hard they tried, they could not beat us. There was a lot. We did a lot. We did that a lot. What we did yesterday, we did that so many times over the past 4 years or so. I mean, when we had the rotation of domination, Kluber, Carrasco, who else did we have? Salazar, Clevenger, and Bauer. Whoo, man, we abused the Tigers with that rotation. I mean, a couple years ago, I've mentioned this before in the past. What was it? 3 years ago, I believe it was. Before we traded Bauer, obviously, because he was the one loss. We went 18-1 against the Tigers. The one loss, Bauer. In Detroit. That was the one loss. Oh. Lag. Okay. But yeah, sorry about that. I had a little lag spike. Lagging out again. Gotta love it. But I'm not going to be live much longer. I guess that's OBS's way of saying, wrap it up, kid. Come on. So I'm going to wrap this up. Okay. Alright, but yeah, I'm not going to be live much longer. And yeah, I'm just going to say this, guys. Before it lags out, because it is not going to be, no, it's not coming back. Oh well, so I'll see you guys later. I don't even know if you can even hear this right now, but I'll see you all